Amir Khan, other night, I think he got 4,000. So Amir Khan, his name holds no weight. So no one knows who Amir Khan is, but the people that's involved in boxing. My focus is Manny Pacquiao. Let's make it happen.
If he make that Amir Khan fight after saying this, now of course Floyd Mayweather has put his foot in his mouth many a times, but if he said Amir Khan only sold 4,000 tickets, or there were 4,000 people in the MGM Grand, seats about a little under 18,000, how can he expect to, I guess, get out of the semi-hot water with Showtime fighting Amir Khan if that's a show right there that, well, who's going to bring in the most of the, I just don't see the fight doing any more than 1.1 million. And now I'm thinking about lowering that number to maybe 850 to 950,000. And right now Showtime wants 1 million buys. So to have Floyd Mayweather tell that truth right there and condemn Amir Khan, you have to think to yourself, why don't Amir Khan just go and take the guaranteed fight against Kell Brook? He can fight over in the UK in front of 70,000 plus people and most likely make more money fighting Kell Brook than if he would fight Floyd Mayweather. So for example, make somewhere between 3 to 5 fighting Floyd Mayweather till you fight Kell Brook somewhere between maybe 5 to 10. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't help that Amir Khan has been, pretty vocal in the media as far as fighting this person, fighting that person. And we all know when it comes to the restrictions of being an Al Heyman fighter, and also he is contractually obligated to Showtime. It's him, Danny Garcia, and Deontay Wilder and Floyd Mayweather, if I'm correct, that are contractually bound to Showtime. Maybe a couple other, but we're going to just focus on these. I say to myself, well, he says, well, if Floyd Mayweather passes on me, then I'm going to focus on fighting Manny Pacquiao. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Who is Floyd going to fight? And this is a very telling situation. There are many fights out there for Amir Khan, but there are not the same amount of fights out there for Floyd Mayweather at 147 pounds. Look at the top fighters at 140. It's not about who you want to see. It's about who the fans want to see, and also it has to sell. So if you look at 140 pounds, who can you bring up from there that would maybe sell against Floyd Mayweather? Adrian Broner, Danny Garcia. That's it. I'm not talking about no top-ranked fighters. 147, who? Fans want to see Keith Thurman. That's not going to do 1 million buys. You got Amir Khan right there. Scratch off Devin Alexander. Of course, scratch off Marcos Maidana. No to Sean Porter. And then you got Manny Pacquiao. Who else at 147? Who else outside of Kell Brook, Manny Pacquiao, Amir Khan, Keith Thurman wants to see him. Let's just throw his name into the hat. Who else? You want to throw Mayweather Marquez in there at this age? And also, how can I put it? He'll be able to sell that. Mayweather will be able to sell that because he'll say, well, Marcos Maidana is not the same, than he was before. And basically, he'll have to admit that he fought a smaller Maidana, that was, not Maidana, Marquez. Juan Manuel Marquez is what I'm talking about. A smaller Juan Manuel Marquez. So, you got Amir Khan, you got Mayweather, you got Manny Pacquiao, you got Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and/or Adrian Broner. Of course, like I said, Marquez. 154, you got Landy Lara, Andrade, he's got that mundane mandatory. You got Bundridge. Then you think about 160, a rematch with Miguel Cotto, but Miguel Cotto's working with Top Rank. Then Miguel Cotto, he's, when it comes to negotiations, that probably will be more difficult or as difficult when you're making Mayweather versus Pacquiao. So then you got Golovkin, obligated to HBO. You get where I'm going with this? So when you look at Amir Khan, who has so many options, and Floyd Mayweather has, not that many, of course he has options, but I'm talking about to fulfill all those obligations as far as selling, fan appeal, and also the fight has to mean something. So, once again, going to Amir Khan and Kell Brook. Kell Brook's in a situation where I'm hoping, there's been something going on with the with some type of Assassins Guild and Eddie Hearn fighters. They keep coming in, getting stabbed and cracked in the head and stuff. It's crazy. So they got to sort that situation out first. But Kell Brook is most likely going to take a warm-up fight in March, if I'm correct, in Sheffield, March or April. And then in June or July, he should be ready for Amir Khan. And Amir Khan just right now needs to understand and tell Heyman he's got so much to gain by fighting Kell Brook. Now remember, he already passed up on Devin Alexander before. You see how cleanly he beat Devin Alexander. He could have been a champion by now, and he could have had another fight and would have, had a better chance of securing Mayweather. So he already fucked that up. And there's no better way to put that. He fucked it up. So now you think to yourself, if you go fight Kell Brook over there and get the UK population fully behind him, because they're not going to be fully behind him. If you got Kell Brook out there, it's got to be either one or the other. One of those guys between Kell Brook and Amir Khan can go on to fight Mayweather. If Mayweather fights Pacquiao, Mayweather or Pacquiao, whoever wins that fight, would be the WBA, the IBF, and the WBC. No, the WBA, WBO, WBC, and ring recognized 147-pound champion. Then it will only be that IBF belt left out there between, whoever will win between Amir Khan and Kell Brook. And then one of them fight, and it could be a unification. It can be an undisputed fight. So you have 4 fighters right now. And this is basically the mix. You have 4 fighters right now at 147 pounds. You have Floyd Mayweather, you have Manny Pacquiao, you have Amir Khan, and you have Kell Brook. You see how all 4 of those fighters are aligned to the point where even if Floyd wants to say, well, I'll fight Kell Brook. I picked Kell Brook because Kell Brook's got a belt. You see, that fight may be happening. We don't know. Kell Brook, you got Pacquiao versus Kell Brook. You can do, it all depends on Amir Khan. It all depends on how Amir Khan and Al Heyman feel Amir Khan's career should go, because there's already questions still about Amir Khan's chin. Fighting Devin Alexander didn't prove anything to us, well, to me, as far as, has he really gotten defensively better? I would want to see a Marcos Maidana too, but in my personal opinion, once again, you got all that. It's a situation with Floyd Mayweather with that 100 million out there, 100 million plus to fight Pacquiao. When it comes to Amir Khan, it's like, your people are not fully 100% behind it. He don't have that Ricky Hatton following. He don't have that. People want to believe he does, but he don't. He needs to fight Kell Brook, and one of them will have that whole following behind him, because he had the UK fans at one point in time, but they just got sick and tired of him getting knocked around. And I know he's still got fans, loyal fans, and yes, please don't confuse me when I say that. There's issues with him, in my opinion, but he is good. He is lightning fast. He has a better chance of beating Mayweather than Pacquiao would. And he has a better chance to beat Pacquiao than Mayweather could. He's good, but can he take the punch? And when it comes to fans like me, that's all we want to see. I know it's a brutal thing, but it's the brutal sport of boxing. We want to see, can Amir Khan overcome? People keep bringing up that old-ass Marcos Maidana fight. Will he overcome odds then? I'm like, no, look what Julio Diaz was doing to him. You got Danny Garcia, you got, them leftovers out there. You see, so I'm not just coming up with this and people say you hate, I'm looking at the shit. The shit's right there. I'm not making this shit up. You got Danny Garcia problems. I mean, I understand Lamont Peterson was juicing, he was on steroid pellets. I understand that. But when you look at, right now, it seems as though Mayweather condemned him. 4,000 seats? Really? I'm T-Street Controversy, RealCombatMedia.com, T-Street Controversy Live. Please subscribe. I cover every single major fight live, boxing news, domestic, international. I got it.